Today on Off the Grid, we are going to work on an AC. I was staying in a campground and doing a little boondocking, and some people, their AC had quit working, quit cooling, and with it being hot, having a little RV background, I worked on it for them. It basically cleaned it out, so I'll not videotaped it, so I'll show you how it's done. It is hot out here. This would be a good do-it-yourself AC tutorial. Also, I put some new shoes on the truck, and this might be a little that's a little bump for the people that wonder about whether or not to use balancing beads in their tires. Trust me, they work. So stay tuned. Okay, we got our cover off the AC, and this is basically what it looks like under the white cover, and this is your evaporator end of it. It expels the heat. This end doesn't get so dirty. Some of your fins right here might get a little bent, and you can use a little fin tool or a little knife to straighten those out. Just any little bit helps. Check your motor, make sure it turns freely. Your fan blade fins are all clean. Your bearings on the motor, make sure you don't have clean all the dirt and other stuff that'll slow it down. This one turns pretty freely, so nothing wrong with the fan blade. You can see the compressor right there, the black compressor. Now that's your evaporator coil. This is where the air passes through, and this is the main culprit of a AC not cooling, because that's where the air gets sucked in. And you can see this one is really in need of cleaning. So what we're going to do is block off the bottom, the air intake, so that no water gets into the camper. And we're going to clean all these fins out and let it breathe once again. Now on your evaporator, the air has to flow through these fins across the tubes. But when it's clogged up like this, the air will not flow and it won't get cool. So we're going to use our little camper, our little RV hose nozzle. You don't want nothing real strong. You don't want to bend the fins or anything. And also, you don't want to use anything very strong to clean it. Now these little fin straighteners here that you can buy, that's, they're just, I don't want to say gimmicks, but I mean a knife can do it. And you really shouldn't, on a rooftop AC, you shouldn't have that much problem with fins bent. Like I said, we're going to block off this, you can see into the camper, we're going to block this off. I'll cover all the electrical components up, cover all that up. You don't get water getting on them. Although they're pretty weatherproof. I mean, they're designed to work in humid conditions with the AC running, but still, you don't want to, if you can't help it, just, and this is a little thermostat. We'll pull that out and put it out of the way and while we do the cleaning. This is your starting capacitor, and I can see they have a hard start capacitor on here as well. Want to cover all that up. All this in the back can get wet, you know. I mean, because it is designed to be in the elements. But some of the electrical parts you want to keep covered. Okay, so we got our air intake vent covered up, sealed as best we could. Okay, we're just about ready to spray our little foam cleaner on here. And it's basically AC coil cleaner. You can buy it at Walmart or any hardware store. And just liberally spray it. It's a very mild cleaner. You don't want to use anything like 409 or anything harsh, because it will corrode the aluminum fins and will restrict the air even more, even if it's clean. So you want something that's not very corrosive, and AC coil cleaner is non-corrosive. And we've had it sit for a little while, so now let's go ahead and we'll do a rinse. And just to show you how much how dirty it is. This is where you can use your little fin straightener and straighten up some of the fins. You don't want nothing restricting airflow. Bent fins can certainly restrict airflow. These little fin straightener tools, they're kind of convenient. But as you know, for like I said before, a rooftop AC, you don't have much problem with things getting near the fins. So we got to see, there's a big difference from start to finish. And you can check it. Still got a little bit of dirt, and you can always go back with a second application of the coil cleaner. But even like this, it's 100% improvement. All your dirt's going to wash down to the bottom and drain into the little pan, and that's going to drain off the back of the camper. All this has to be done on top of the RV. You can do it yourself, really. You could do it at a campground. And but when you're at a campground and it's 100 degrees and an AC ain't cooling, you definitely want so now we're just rinsing off the condenser side. Motor and everything, all that can get wet. And you don't want to set your jet on a full blast. I mean, it won't. You don't want to bend any of the fins, just enough to get that dust out. That accumulates in the coils. Okay, so now we have it all cleaned up. Get a little silicone, put it around the motor bearing, just for good measure. It kind of keeps some of the dirt off of it. You saw when we started it, that was pretty dirty, so a little rubber thing, you want to maybe shove it against the motor, and just keeps a little extra dust out. The frame rate of my camera, it makes it look like the AC is running, but it just the frame rate makes it look funny, like it isn't turning. But it was just checking it out, make sure. If you have any gaps, you use that aluminum foil tape that you can find at Walmart or any hardware store. Seal up any air leaks. You got your squirrel cage blower in there, and you want to check, make sure they're clean. You can get like a little Q-tip or something. Just the blades on the squirrel cage blower can get dust on them, build up on them just like anything else. And if your fins are pretty clean or pretty dirty, that could be pretty time consuming getting every one of those little fins, but it helps out in the long run. You just check for any soft spots, you know. Don't clean out your little foam filter, of course. Let it dry out. Okay, now we got it running and cooling a whole lot better. And that's how you can save a few $100s on a RV service call by servicing your air conditioner yourself. But the AC is putting out a lot better now. Good cold air coming out. Alright, today on Off the Grid, we're going to explain how well these balance beads work. See if we can. These are my old tires. That's the balance beads I had in them. They've been in there for 5 years. They didn't turn into powder or anything. And they balance tires pretty good, you know. So I'm going with new tires. And I decided, well, I'll just go back with balance beads again. But balance beads are a little pricey. So I dug around online, and you get these at Walmart. Cost of, see, this is your balance beads here, and that's, you know, for one tire, that's 6 ounces. That's you know, probably $15 for that. You get these little BBs at Walmart. Get the metal ones because they got the weight, and that's about $8 for this whole, and it'll do all 4 tires. It'll do more than 4 tires. Yeah, I put about, my size tire calls for 6 ounces. Four ounces, I'm sorry. And so that's about 4 ounces. And when he comes back in with my, he's done 2 tires already. When he comes back in, he'll do the third, and we'll show you how he does it. Alright, he's taking off the 3rd tire. A lot of people will say how these beads will turn into dust and everything, and these tires been on here for 5 years, and they look fine on the inside. Just the key is keeping the inside of the tire dry. Don't put any kind of sort of tire slime or anything, because that's going to defeat the beads won't work then. Oh yeah, see, the beads are fine after 5 years. We got roughly 4 to 6 ounces, and we just pour them in there.
Yet we're trying to leave something behind. Oh, my friends, I believe we are at the wrong fight, and I cannot read what I did not write. I've been to his house, oh, but the master is gone. But I'd like to leave some things behind.